and just right on time, there's Winter Andrews, who plays Wilder. Hi, Winter. How are you?
What's up, everybody? I'm great. So I am like the latecomer to this. I just started watching it right now. I popped on and I caught like Bianca and then the last free place. So I'm a
I mean,
little
I
late
would
to the party here.
expect nothing less from Wilder.
Yeah, I actually thought it was tomorrow. I'm shooting up in New York right now, so my brain's a little like
Winter is shooting the season finale on. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Is it
Law and Order,
Law and Order?
organized crime. I'm playing a bad guy. It's pretty fucking cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's a
I
pretty
can't.
cool role. So
I can't
I'm
wait.
excited.
Do you know the date that episode airs?
Oh God, I have no idea, but it's episode 22. It's a meaty role, it's kind of Law and Order is one of those things that every actor has to do eventually. And I always thought it'd be like the pizza boy. And I don't want to give spoilers if anyone's going to watch it, but it's a lot more than that. So it's really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm so stoked you're here. I'd love to chat with you and Bianca just a little bit because you guys are the people in the movie doing the things. Like,
Sure.
and when's the last time you guys talked, Bianca?
I don't know, Winter. I don't know when we did ADR.
Like ADR. Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing that you're shooting in New York. It's so cool.
It's really fun. Yeah. Thank you. It's very exciting.
What are you guys' favorite scenes? And when you see it, I guess Winter, you right now, but when you think about it, what's a moment that like really stands out to you as either your character or this was really the embodiment of the role for you?
Bianca, you want to go first? Because I'm just
I love our scenes together. I love the train and then in the water. That moment for me is really special. I thought shooting it was fun, and I think we were really connected at that point. And of course, there's this fight scene, which is also deeper emotions and a little more. But I really like that moment, and I really felt connected to Winter, and I thought it was really like. I love that scene. I think it says so much about the characters and how they're not connected to each other, but in a very like simple way, just not really listening to each other. And I really love that scene. For me, that would be it.
That scene is it for me. It's just so visually stunning. The play, everything happens in this one long take that Ian totally did against my direction. My biggest learning was like, just don't tell people anything. Just like hire the right people and don't give any direction, because Ian just kind of follows the action back and forth as it tips over. And I think we shot that last, like that was like your very last scene that we filmed, Bianca. And I remember because we were pulling the boat one way and the sun was casting this horrible shadow on Winter's face from like the camera and the fishing line that we're pulling the boat with. And Bianca's just like, why don't we just turn around and go the other way?
Experience.
Really.
And there's somebody pulling the floats, which was fun. Like I always like that. The other point of view, it's such a beautiful scene, intimate, and there's like a whole crew on a boat, like that's what we were looking at, right, Winter?
Literally, yeah. And it was so funny. I also love that scene. It was very rewarding and fun. And like it was also like I hadn't taken a bath or a shower in a couple days, we were in it. And so the first, like getting to just hop in the water, that was also, beyond the lovely parts of getting to act with a lovely actress who just brought a great warmth and authenticity to it that was just captivating. That much I remember, and that much I've seen in every cut of this. But yeah, that was really fun. And it was nuts too, because like the current was so strong and so bizarre that like shooting it also, I'm sorry, I'm seeing this crazy weird light. Shooting it was just like fucking funny. Because like there was a moment I remember where I was like I just kept getting pulled this weird way and kept getting like cut and break. And I think Bianca was like, what's so hard about it? And then she ended up in that little current too, and then it was blasting her away. And then she's like, oh, okay, yeah. But it was just that was truly a blast to shoot.
Every time I watch it, I'm looking for the fishing line connected to the inner tubes because I personally painted those fishing lines out frame by frame. And it was a VFX thing that I've never done that before, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. Bianca, my mom was commenting on your American accent and said, "Great work." How did you get to the accent, and talk about the process of that?
Well, thank you, Lisa. I want to meet you someday in person. I really love your son. He's so talented, and he was so generous with me. So
Thank you. Very kind of you. We will meet one day. Yes.
yeah.
You did an amazing job. And how did you get your accent so American? How did you get that?
Well, I got everybody's help. Winter helped me a lot on set, and obviously Ezra. I had an amazing dialect coach, Jamie. She's even in the credits I saw. Thank you, Ezra, for. And so he worked a lot, and also I had the chance to go back and on ADR and also really fine tune the accent to make sure there was nothing. But to be honest, Dot and Tabitha on our scene, I think we didn't do ADR for that, I believe, because it was so great being with them, just living there, living in that scene, listening to them, that it kind of, that's for me the moment that I know. Thank you, girls. I know you girls are here, and I miss you, girls, and I'm happy that you're here. And you really helped me with the accent. So I think it was like a whole team of people that helped me with that, and just having that ear to really listen and make sure. I would be really like with Ezra. I'd be like, Ezra, that this word is wrong. He's like, it's fine. I'm like, it's not. It's not. Wasn't I a little bit obsessive? But yeah.
Oh, that's great. And that's what I love about ADR is you can record one word just over and over until it sounds right. And I did a ton of audio editing, and it was funny. You guys had different processes. You kind of broke it down line by line, and working with Jamie was amazing because it was like the first time I heard the dialogue like the way I'd heard it in my head, because I wrote it for this like South Carolina, like Georgia, Alabama border area, like super specific. And she was like, "Oh, I just finished like 6 months on a Netflix show there," and started saying all these new colloquialisms she picked up. And then Wilder, or I mean Winter,
I know, it's okay. It's so close.
similar. He would just like listen to it and then be like, "Okay, I got it." And then he would just say it back exactly like he did, just like multiple times in a row. So it was fun getting to work with different acting processes. And the girls that Bianca was shouting out were Tabitha and Dot, who also have different processes. Are you guys here? Dot, Tab, do you want to say hello? Hi, Tabitha.
Hey, sorry, we're in a homeless shelter right now. I just got it propped up in the window, but it might not be super clear.
It's super clear. It's so good to see you. How's Peter doing?
Hey, good to see you. He's pretty good. He's adjusting okay. He likes all the girls here at the shelter, so he's glad to be out of the Slab City heat. But that was a really accurate job. Like that was kind of like a day living there over 2 years. That was kind of like a day in the summer. I mean, of course, it was like it looked a little more smooth in the movie as far as like, everybody looked good and everything. But it was so nicely natural. I think like I felt like home. Like when I was thinking about the lines that I was saying, that came from truth, where I was saying, my heart will always belong here, and going through all this stuff right now, being in a shelter, still not able to find housing after 3 years, going from grad school to homelessness, that part of Slab City that you just represented, that was why I was out there so long, and why I still feel like a little part of my heart's out there. And it does really bring up the question, with the last free place, it's like the freedom of homelessness in general that I've dealt with as an autistic adult that's battled homelessness because of not having family support. It's such a great question that you ask. Is it free? And then the fires at the end, like today, I had a meltdown during a meeting here at the shelter, and it was because of the trauma I had gone through in Slab City. Those fires, we watched that one, but I saw so many there just because people would get at each other upset or whatever. And it's very real. you really did a great job to represent it. And I remember seeing my face when I was watching her look at the fire and how real it was, because I wasn't just acting. That wasn't just acting process. That was something I
Yeah.
went through and dealt with like over 200 times while we were there and saw the destruction. So I love the way that you painted it in such a beautiful way.
Oh, thank you. The week after we filmed with you, you texted me and you were like, there's been 4 burnouts this week. You should have filmed these.
Oh, I was like, just pop, pop, pop right after. Well, and especially because they were really coming at the film. But I think it's because, like I said, I was out there on a summer day. I had an acting degree, and I started Googling, are there any directors, filming in the Slab City area? And I saw your stuff. I'd never really used YouTube before, but I remember sending you my headshot and resume, just some crazy girl telling you I'd had a dream from God that this movie was going to be something one day. And I still have believed that. And I'm really glad to be here tonight, because I do feel like you did such a great job. Like I'm speechless. I can hardly breathe right now. It was a very beautiful representation of what the freedom and the cost of it was like out there. So
The cost is high, but that's such a true, crazy story. For those of you that don't know, Tabitha just DM'd me on Instagram super randomly after we had already shot principal
I'm
photography.
a chosen one.
We'd been wrapped for a month, and she was like, hey, I'm an actress, I have a degree, I'm in Slab City, heard you're doing a movie. And I was kind of like, well, sorry, sweetheart, ship sailed, like we filmed already. And she was like,
I
okay.
said, nope, it's not over. But I said, I don't think it's over yet. I don't feel like it's done. And
Yeah.
then like a week later, you were like, okay, we're going to open it back up.
Yeah, I think you.
But I told you that then. I said, nope, you're not finished with it. You got to open it.
And it wasn't.
Up.
Yeah, we had.
God told.
I think I showed it to my mom and Mark, stepdad Mark, and Tansy, who's in here, my mother-in-law, and everyone was. He kind of had some questions. Things weren't really landing, and I realized, okay, there was a little more work to be done. We had to kind of double down and do the rewrites and do the reshoots, even though it was not really what I wanted to do. And then you came in and you were there, and I said, hey, well, here's a script that I might reshoot if I can, get it together. What do you think? And you started kind of being.
And I quit. I quit the movie because you had me like, you had my character like leaving with some man, and still after 3 years from going to grad school to homelessness because I wouldn't have sex with my roommate, I was like, no, that's not going to be the story we write for me. And so I quit because I'm autistic and I have meltdowns. So I was like, I'm not doing this. But then what we got there, that scene where it was just authentically how I feel, like that I am an actress and I can act, but that was not me acting. And I remember Bianca was there for me because I was more just with the social side of things. It was right when I was coming out about being autistic. I had just gotten my diagnosis during grad school. And so to be in a group of other actors and stuff that I respected, it was really intimidating, but I remember the energy there and people just being so supportive. And so it gave me and Peter the opportunity to shine, but he really tries to take the show all the time. So.
Oh, he does. He stole it. And that scene is really impactful. While we were watching it, Elisha, who plays my older brother, who plays the flute in the beginning and ending of it, he, said that scene still is fire and that it always resonates with him. And it was this really interesting process. And
you bought me this. It says, be the person your dog thinks you are. And that's when I really started like my unmasking on TikTok and just trying to be really authentically who I am. And we write in this every day. We write our affirmations and our plans and our goals for housing and future acting jobs and everything in here. So
beautiful. Well, it's all going to happen. And since we filmed that scene in Dot's house, I wanted to bring Dot on. Dot, are you still with us?
Unmute. Okay.
Hi, Dot.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you nailed it. Welcome.
I hear you.
Okay, I could do the video, but I don't know, man.
Do the video, Dot.
All right, let me see if I
We
can.
miss you.
We miss you, Dot.
Yeah, Dot.
All right, allow
Like
Zoom.
2 seconds.
Hey, Bianca.
Hi, Tabitha.
Hey, Dot, what's up?
Hey, Dot.
Not just
I love the hair.
still here in the slab.
would you?
So
Were you
hi,
able,
everybody.
what did you think of the movie? You've seen it before, but what are your thoughts, Dot?
Oh my gosh, it is absolutely
Are you
fantastic.
gorgeous?
You nailed it. It's such a great story, and it says so much about the slabs, and like that there's so much more here than what people think, and to make it kind of like this, like a little bit of a love story, but really more a story about getting where you need to be, right?
Mm.
Ultimately. I
Yeah.
love the end. I absolutely love, love, love the end. Where
Oh.
I don't think that I'd ever seen the whole movie, right? I've seen a couple different versions of it, but I don't think I'd ever seen it all put together like that. So
Yeah,
That
your
was
first notes to me on seeing it were, it's good, needs more Dot.
is that what I said?
I think you're like, I showed it to my friend and he said there could be more of me in it.
Is that what I said? That's funny.
Which
Sounds
I
like
totally
it.
agree. I mean, your moments are ones that everyone I show this to is just like, who is that lady? She's so real. She's so authentic. What was this like for me and all these people to invade your camp and then just like film you?
Well, so this place is kind of made to be that. Like, I would love to have more movies come and shot in my location. I mean, it's set up with all sorts of different rooms and artwork, and people come here every day and invade my space to get to tour it. Because you know about the kind of this whole art maze thing going on in all my trailers. So yeah, like in fact, 1957 bus I have, my friend was that I needed to get it like registered for people to do films, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna fill it up close, and that's what we did.
That's
Yep.
amazing. Winter, do you remember doing that
I
scene?
loved it. It was amazing. That was awesome.
What was
So-
amazing?
Having the movie crew here, like just having like this, and then seeing it in the movie, that's even better. Like that's probably the best thing ever, is to see it from this other perspective.
Yeah,
So,
it
yep.
looks beautiful on screen. The bus looks just stunning on screen where they're looking for clothes. William said
Yeah,
it doesn't look nearly as hot as it felt out there that day.
I know.
And
It
I
is-
remember when we were doing prom out there, we literally went to her bus to go and try on prom dresses, and like we would just try them on there in the bus, and like that was the only prom I'd went to, and so that was such a, all the moments I remember, like I could really resonate with real moments I'd had with Dot and with other people there that just really brought it back home for me. And I miss you. I love you, Dot. It's so
Love
good to
you,
see you.
girl.
I'm gonna come
I'm
back
sorry
and
to hear
visit
you're
us.
doing it.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
all right.
right,
I'm
you
just
definitely
in the
do.
part
You
where
should come back
we're
out.
coming. Yeah, we kind of got fooled a little. I had a lady say she had an autistic daughter. We'd have a safe place to stay. We got across country and she kicked us out with no notice. But everything's happening for a reason, and we'll keep pushing, and we're doing all right. So we love you.
I love you too, girl.
Tabitha, your story has been really interesting. We came together in a very divine, opportune moment. And then recently, about 6, 7, 8 months ago or so, you were trying to get out of the slabs. Then you were stuck in Nyland, trying to get out of Nyland. And with the help of me and my family and a lot of our
Yeah, y'all helped us have a
friends.
safe place through Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thank you
Yeah.
all. We love you.
Oh, well, thank you, though.
Yeah, so
And then
we were so glad to see
And
you
even
back.
though the cross country trip didn't work out, it has got us into the shelter. And there are 3 autistic women here in the shelter. And I've been meeting people that I can like be myself around. I'm finally out of abuse and narcissism. I'm not with anybody that's harming me. This lady I was with, it did turn out to be a fluke. And it was, she would come in the room at 2:30 at night and was saying very abusive stuff. But that's the freedom that I found in Slab City, and the freedom that I have at the shelter is we're safe right now. We might not have like the finances or the work situation figured out, but I'm still up every day and believing in hopes and dreams and trying to do my hair nice and put on makeup and show up. And we've been doing podcasts and trying to look for housing, and people have lots of opinions on it. Just yesterday I had a video go kind of viral on TikTok, just talked the lady saying that I should already have my shit together. I should already have a place. I was like, I completely agree with you. But it's not as easy to get housing without family. And you know, if you won't bend on your morals. So here we are.
Super
So
difficult, but you've done such an amazing job. Tab, drop your TikTok
my
handle in
TikTok
the
is
chat.
Hippie Harley with if you want to type it out, it's HIPPEEHARLEE. I can write it on my little notebook, but I don't know how to type in this. It's my first time using Zoom
Well,
since
welcome.
college.
The dusk shot of Bianca's silhouette, chef's kiss. So yeah, that was David Carson's. He isn't on here right
Can
now.
you see this?
Yeah, I think it's how I typed it. So that's in the
Okay.
chat. You can hit her up on there. She has thousands of followers. Everybody should go watch her content. It's priceless.
And we started a birthday grand business. We're singing happy birthday or happy anniversary for a minimum $5 donation because I don't want to just go on and ask for money. I am trying to be self-sufficient. I do have a college degree in acting, and I'm a year away from a master's in mental health counseling. And so we are available to like do things like work online, sing to people, whatever we can do. And we're looking for work together. I cannot leave my dog at the shelter and go work. People said, you know, just get a job and get in the shelter and you'll be fine, but it doesn't really work that way still. I'm in the shelter, but we can't come to our rooms till 4. I can't leave Peter and work. And so I'm going to have to transition somehow. So we're still needing work together. We still need resources. So y'all keep thinking about us and sending good vibes and prayers for us because we're trying. We're trying.
We will. Well, we have about 20 minutes left. I wanted to open it up for a little Q&A and see if there are any questions. And if not, I feel like I could have a question for each of the crew members on here that worked on it. But did anybody have a question after seeing it? Something?
Oh, and I love Law and Order. I wanted to say congratulations because I never got to meet Winter, but congratulations. And that's one of my dream jobs one day is Law and Order and SVU. So
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for
looking
sharing.
forward to seeing it.
Cheers, me too.
And nice to officially meet you. And this is Peter.
Well, hello, Tabitha. Hello, Peter. It's nice to meet you too. I love Peter. My God.
He's got 22 toes.
I had a question for our cinematographer, Ian, actually. Ian, are you there? Are you able to unmute?
I am here.
What's
I have
up?
a sweet little baby with me, so he might be
Prove it.
a little loud.
Turn your camera on. What was one of your favorite moments to shoot, and what was one of your least favorite moments to shoot?
That's a good question. My favorite thing to shoot. I liked the bus scene that we shot. I didn't get to see this cut, so I'm not sure if it made it.
Yeah, it's in there.
It made
Oh.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was a cool location and super intimate. And I think it was the first thing we shot. So I think it's the excitement of starting the project and being in that space was really cool.
Yeah, that scene was probably one of my least favorites to shoot. It was so hot, and your first thing during a shoot is always rough. You're just trying to get it up on its feet and get some momentum, and we just could not get any momentum. Brian Gutierrez was also in that really hot trailer, pulling focus for you. How's it going, Brian?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you crystal
Oh,
clear.
okay, great.
Yeah,
that was.
Zeke's dropping BTS in the chat of that actual bus, but Brian, I interrupted you.
Oh,
What were you
nice.
gonna say?
Oh, no worries. No, yeah, I remember that bus scene. It was super hot, and like I remember, like you said, the momentum, the excitement. I was like, this is really what we're doing. This is how we're doing it, and it was fun to just be thrown into it. And I remember shooting that inside that bus. It was so beautiful. Like just anywhere you would stand and look around, it was great. And the way, Ian lit it and how we were able to shoot that was incredible.
It really was.
And not that I'm glad that y'all were uncomfortable, but I'm glad everybody was hot in there because that's just what it's like every day. Because y'all need to. It was good that you really portrayed that well. Like it felt like watching what a day was like in Slab City. It was one of the better days, I guess. But Like I said, it reminded me of some of the good moments, like prom. We were in there, and I mean, we could hardly breathe trying on the dresses and stuff. We're like wanting to get it off so fast, but
So hot.
that's what the bus was like.
Ended up buying some shirts off of Dot on our second shoot there, just because.
And a Taco Bell hat.
Bell hat. Yeah, you really have to experience the slabs to understand it. William Stout flew out from Oklahoma for free. I think I paid for his flight, but maybe he paid for it, I don't remember, and ended up doing a job that he'd never done before that totally came out of nowhere. William, what was your experience working on this?
Sure, I'll kick on the video for this. It was awesome. No, it was great. It was a task, I will say that. It was definitely different. I was not accustomed to that heat. I'm accustomed to the humidity, but not that. That was rough. But just watching it all come together was just like really awesome. And being able to photograph most of that is just like awesome. And it was great. It's a fun time.
Your photos are amazing. Your photos are absolutely amazing. You made everybody look incredible. And you kind of got thrown into being what, a grip all of a sudden?
Yeah. I was just there. It's fine. It was all good. Just there helping out. It was a good team though. So
it was a good team because it's people like you and your dedication. Winter, did you raise your hand?
Yeah, I wanted to chime in. Will's photos are so absolutely fantastic, and to the point where they scared my family and my family friends. They're like, what happened to him? like he went, like there's some, like someone texted my mom out of the blue and was like, I'm so sorry about your son. And my mom's like, what? And and she didn't have my mom didn't have the number saved. It's some random number. And then she's like, he's gone total crazy Marxist. Like, what is this? Like, what does he think he is? Like, I don't know quite what happened. But then she started commenting. It's like, it's the most incredible shot, but like, he is fucked up. It's like, so she's even commenting the shot while she's like dissing me, having no clue that it's a film.
But honestly, she wasn't wrong.
You guys are dirty. You guys were dirty.
My mom said she has a question about the train shots.
Okay, just really quick. Of course, I love trains. So I loved the theme though of, the Bianca's character story, but how did you get those great shots of the train? To me, it's just such a powerful piece in the story, the beginning and the ending with the trains and the haunting flute that comes in and out.
You just got lucky, Trains just came by at the right time. I mean, we were there.
They come by every day.
Yeah, they run every 90 minutes. So
but it was a little bit of luck.
They stopped us on the way to the grocery store almost every time we try to go in with Mr. Gary for at least 30 minutes.
Bianca,
some were drone shots though, right? Mm-hmm. Drone and then
we were kind of lucky because the light we didn't have that much time because of the light, and it was like the perfect timing of this, like of the sun and the train and the camera. Like it was all this ballet of things and it was quick, right? We got there, the train started. It was kind of like that, right, Ezra? Is that how?
Well, you're in winter scene. We rehearsed it for 30 or 45 minutes.
Oh yeah.
And everyone was like, "When's the train coming?" I was like, I don't know. Don't worry. It's going to come. And
we kept hoping.
About the time we were ready to do one, like we were filming these and like the takes just like weren't that good. And then someone's like train and we look and like something just changed everybody. And then like Winter and Bianca just like got dialed. And then Ian just got dialed and everyone just like got out of the way and they like ran and did this thing. And when we stopped, the train left and they ran off, like everyone could feel it. We were just like breathless from this moment that like was so special and cinematic.
I think that was probably the most cinematic moment I've ever been a part of. It was so immensely satisfying. Just like you said, it was one of those things. It was like, it was the zeitgeist, this moment of all these things just coalesced in the most beautiful way. And I think that's I made it through now, the film. I've been watching, scrubbing through and stuff. But I think that's my favorite shot in the whole thing.
Dude, it's so great. it's, yeah, I do love it.
All right,
Bianca,
me and Peter are gonna tell everybody good night. We're gonna still be listening, but we're gonna hop off so our roommate can get some rest here at the shelter. And we love you guys.
We love you too, Tabitha. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Peter.
Thank you so much.
I'll talk to you soon.
Love
Okay.
you, friend. Thank you for showing me the kind of actress I want to be and like support others. And I know when I was like having a little bit too much anxiety, you just like talked me through it. And yeah, I just really appreciate you, and I'm proud of who you are. I can't wait to see you keep doing great things.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you again too.
And me and Peter love you.
Yeah, we love.
Good night, Peter.
Good night, Peter. Good night.
Love you
Good night,
guys.
Tabby.
Night, Peter and Tab.
Good night, everybody. And we're here in the chat if y'all need us, but I'm gonna turn off the light and everything so everybody can get some rest because it's almost 10 here.
Oh yeah, we're East Coasters. All right, well, you
And
guys.
my roommate has been very
Thank you for
wonderful
your
to
roommate.
let me.
Thank you for her.
Yeah,
being-
her name is Mel, which is the lady. Mel Thompson is the lady that adopted me when I was 30. So I would feel like I had family. So it's really cool how that come for full circle. So
Thank
Wow,
you,
that's
Mel.
amazing. Yeah.
All right, you have a great night.
y'all later. And I've already seen it. The movie's gonna turn out good. So y'all invest in it. Bye.
Paige Portwood, Ian's wife, said, was it difficult for the actors to adopt the roles that this project required? What was this process like to step in the shoes of your characters? Bianca, do you want to take that one first?
Yes, I can. And I think Winter also had a couple more layers of difficulty with the addiction and with his character as well. But I think for me it was a really deep dive, and also it took us some time to really find the depth of the character. And I think the second time that we were at Slab City to shoot, that we really understood. I don't know what you see on screen. It was when we shot the scene with Tabitha and Dot, which is my favorite scene in the whole movie, because I think it's really, that's what the movie is about. And I remember when we finished it, I told Ezra, I'm like, this is what the movie is about. Like, it's about these women. It's about sticking together. It's also about finding who you are, what you want to be. And it was really challenging. It was also a very immersive experience for me. Like, I just wanted to really, like a sponge, absorb everything that I was experiencing as like a human being and trying to bring that into the acting. So it was kind of like a documentary feel, like a non-acting kind of role. Even though I did a lot of research, I used all my acting techniques but once I got there, it was about letting go and just being present. But it took us time, to reach, like, it wasn't a movie that we shot fast. The days of shooting were fast because we didn't have, that much, time and resources to shoot forever. But coming back to Los Angeles, thinking about what we were doing, going back again, diving even more deep, like all that helped, I think. I don't know if I answered the question, but that was kind of my process.
What about you, Winter?
I think I really like what Bianca touched on there, that there's a documentary-esque element to it. And I think experiencing it, going there, like we actually went a couple days early and checked it out, and it was shocking how there is something so wildly authentic about every single person there. I know I've used that word twice today, but it really was, it was jarring because we have all the, we wear many, many masks in life, and no need to get too philosophical there, but those people are exactly like, they are giving you everything. Like it is right there, and it is unashamed, it is unabashed. And so it was like, okay, how do I tap into this? These people who are like, they just wildly raw, that doesn't mean that's not an insult. There's nothing that's unintelligent. I met wildly intelligent people there. I met like Dot. Oh my God. I met incredibly gracious people, but it's like, again, they're just so authentically themselves. And so it was trying to tap into that. It's like, okay, how do I bring someone who is actually a bit of a raw nerve, and then just, again, everyone there just had this grounded quality that was like, my first day there meeting people, I was like, oh shit, I got to really drop in here, for me to at all be buyable. And, whether I am or not is up to you guys, the viewer, but that was certainly the thing that I think looking at was like, okay, I need to drop into being completely grounded and completely just available, authentic, raw nerve.
And you totally did it. I mean, everyone comments on the performances. Winter, you really had to go deep, and we did a massive little deep dive, like you said beforehand, where we were sleeping out there. Your bed broke. There was ants.
Yeah, a lot of
stars.
stuff.
You looked at the stars for like 5 hours. I still those are like the most stars I've ever seen at one time.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I found you guys because of my incredible casting director, Alan Hooper, who is on. And he's been to Slab City. He actually went and was like, hey, there's a Doctor Who phone booth here. Did you know that? Which I had never noticed before. Alan, what was it like for you getting to discover these two incredible talents and put them on this art for art's sake short film?
Well, with Winter, I never met Winter before, but I think you remember when I got his tape, we saw 10 seconds of it and went, done. I think it was even your slate, Winter. I don't even think
it was the slate.
Yeah, it was the slate. And we're like, oh, please, dear God, let him act. Let him be able to act. But there was just something about you, just something about your essence that just screamed, this is the guy. And with Bianca, I had known her through the show 3%, which I was a huge fan of and had watched every episode on Netflix. So when I saw her submission in the breakdown, I actually thought it was a mistake on somebody's part. I was like, and I'm just like, please, Lord, please, I'll go to church this Sunday. And then her people explained, why she was interested and what her goals were. And I was like, it was just kismet that it all just came together. So I feel very fortunate that you guys are making me look good.
Thank you, Alan. Really, I mean, it was really, for me, this is a present, this opportunity I love projects like this, and to also be given the opportunity, being a Brazilian actress, to play, a girl from somewhere in betwixt, right? South Carolina. And so, I mean, it was such a great opportunity. And yeah, thank you so much. I will always remember you for this. And it's really special for me.
Oh, you're welcome.
It was
so
amazing.
Thank you very much. And this was my my first SAG project. This got me my SAG card. So, that's something that just came at a very special moment, because I'd gotten close and things before, but I was just kind of always up against this wall until this role came along and I saw it and I was like, this one's mine, So thank you for seeing that and seeing me and taking a chance on me, and cheers.
I can't wait to see the Law and Order episode. That'll be
yeah, it's me too.
I got to get to my TiVo at home. I'll have it programmed ASAP.
I'm also really excited to see your finale, and it's incredible you're in the actual finale. I want to honor everyone's time here, but I did just want to real quick ask Claire something, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Bianca's manager Claire is the one that submitted her for it, and I've never really gotten that backstory, but Claire's been a huge part of this filmmaking process, honestly, with notes from every step of the way. Honestly, not really one I ever disagreed with, only comments and feedback that made things better. And honestly, someone who was there to push me when I kind of felt like throwing in the towel or just phoning it in a little bit. So Claire, what was your approach and experience with this, and also submitting Bianca?
Oh gosh, I didn't know I was going to be I was going to be a part of this.
You're put on the spot now all of a sudden.
Look, I thought the heart of it was a really great story, and where Bianca was just looking for something that she could sink her teeth into and challenge herself. And it wasn't a mistake, Alan. It wasn't a mistake. It was intentional. And we saw some of your work, Ezra, and the stuff you've done with documentaries and visually, and it was stunning. And so the story was all there, and we're just I'm happy that Bianca was a part of it, and it really was a collaborative effort in terms of the notes and all of the back and forth, and it was a really beautiful process, and I'm so happy with how it turned out and excited to see where this goes.
Good. Well, it's always challenging to have everyone who makes a thing together still be grateful about the process and the filmmaking process, and to still at least talk to each other once it's over. So at least it's something we can all still be proud of and have great memories and great experiences from, and hopefully something that goes somewhere else down the line. We'll see, to be decided. But unless there's any other burning question, it's getting late for the East Coasters, so I figured we could wrap this up. But this has been incredible. It's been so lovely seeing you guys and hearing from you guys and gals. And making this film has been just an amazing opportunity, something that I've wanted to do and continue to want to do for a long time, and wouldn't be without a lot of the financial support of people in here, and like my sound guy, Grant, who's a ride or die, and just everybody who put faith in me in this project and was willing to just get raw and get wild and get crazy. So love you guys all so much, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you.